The most successful, disciplined, and seemingly free people you know are often trapped in a cage they refuse to see. They have mastered the art of rearranging their life within it, polishing the bars, and calling it freedom. But a cage is still a cage, even if you've convinced yourself you chose the lock. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to show you will change how you see every limitation in your life, starting with the one you're most proud of. Picture a horse, a powerful, muscular animal capable of running for miles of tremendous force. It's tied to a small plastic lawn chair by a thin, loose rope. The horse stands there, completely still. It does not test the rope. It does not try to walk away. It accepts the chair as an immovable anchor. This is not a metaphor I invented. It's a real training method, and it holds a devastating truth about you. The horse is not trapped. There is no wall, no fence, no weight strong enough to hold an animal like that in place. The rope is loose. The chair is light. If the horse took one step forward, the entire illusion would collapse instantly. But it doesn't, because the restraint is not physical. It's learned. At some point in the past, that rope meant something. It probably hurt once. It stopped forward motion once. And the horse's nervous system recorded a silent, desperate rule. Don't pull. Not because it's impossible, but because it was once unpleasant. So now, the horse stands still. Muscles capable of power, speed, violence even, obeying a memory that no longer applies. That chair is not strong, but it looks official enough, structured enough, familiar enough. And familiarity is often mistaken for truth. This is what you live inside. You are not imprisoned by reality. You are imprisoned by your own outdated conclusions. At some point, you tried something, and it failed. You were rejected, embarrassed, then ignored. You pulled once, and the rope tightened. So, your entire system adapted. It decided for your own good that safety was stillness. That motion was danger. And slowly, without you ever noticing the decision being made, you built a world where effort feels irresponsible, where dreaming feels naive, where wanting more feels like a betrayal of the peace you've negotiated with your own captivity. Not because you can't move, but because moving feels wrong. Deep in your bones, it feels disobedient to a law you never agreed to, but follow religiously. That chair you're tied to, it represents all the permission structures you think you need. The job you hate but should keep. The routine you've outgrown but still obey, day after silent day. The identity that once protected you but now quietly suffocates you. It's the story of, I'm not a creative person, or money is hard, or real life isn't like that. These structures aren't heavy. They are flimsy, laughable things. Their only strength comes from the fact that you have never truly, fully questioned them. You've sighed at them. You've complained about them. But you haven't questioned their fundamental right to hold you. And the rope, that thin, pathetic tether, is your own internal logic. The whispers that sound like wisdom. This is just how it is. I'm not that kind of person. Now isn't the time. One day, when things are calmer. None of these are laws. They are ghosts. They are habits of thought, worn smooth by the endless pacing of your mind. Within the confines you believe are real. What makes the image of the horse so disturbing is not the weakness of the chair. It's the dignity of the horse. A powerful, majestic being, cooperating with a lie, standing still out of courtesy to a fiction. That is the real, quiet tragedy of a life half lived. The world doesn't need to cage you if you'll do it yourself. It doesn't need to stop you if you've already decided not to move. All it has to do is stay quiet and let your own illusion persist. And illusions, my friend, survive best in silence. They thrive in the unexamined space, in the sigh you swallow, in the dream you dismiss before it fully forms. But there's a crack in this. A single, simple, terrifying crack. The moment the horse tests the rope, even slightly, the spell breaks. The entire fragile architecture of its captivity comes crashing down in a whisper of shifted weight and a rustle of plastic. But that moment requires something rare. It requires a willingness to feel wrong, to feel reckless, to be disobedient to your own conditioning. It feels dangerous not because it is, but because your nervous system, like the horse's, has been trained to believe that tension on the rope is a precursor to pain. Most people never test it. They spend their lives rearranging their stance within the circle. They wait for a better, more comfortable chair. They curse the rope. They decorate the space around them and call it a life. They never simply step forward. This is not a call to reckless abandon. It's not about burning your life down. The image isn't saying, it's easy. It's saying, it's simpler than you think. Not painless, not comfortable, just simple. One step, one deliberate, quiet act of disobedience against a ghost. One small, defiant motion that proves the physics of your prison are an illusion. And the scariest part, the part that changes everything forever, is this. Once you realize the chair was never holding you, you can never unsee it. The knowledge becomes irreversible. From that moment on, staying still is no longer ignorance. It is a choice, a conscious daily agreement to stand still. This irreversible awakening, this moment when the old story collapses and a new, truer one must be built from the ashes of the lie, is the most profound change a human can experience. It is not an adjustment. It is not an improvement. It is a death and a birth. It is the one change that makes all other changes possible. It is the quiet, internal earthquake that remaps your entire world. Before it, you are a horse tied to a chair, believing in gravity where none exists. After it, you are simply a horse, standing in a field, with a piece of string hanging from your neck, and a child's toy lying on the grass beside you. The landscape is the same, but you are utterly, irrevocably different. The journey from there is not about running free immediately. It's about learning to walk again in a world without the constant, familiar pressure of the rope. It's about the silent endurance of rebuilding your understanding of what is possible. It's about patience, not as weakness, but as the steady, powerful recalibration of a muscle that has atrophied from disuse. Your dream muscle, your courage muscle, your worthiness muscle. This is the suffering without drama. The long, unglamorous work of building a real life outside the circle you drew for yourself in the dirt. So if you feel that tension, that quiet, constant pull of a rope you've stopped testing, I am not here to tell you to run. I'm only here to whisper the question the horse finally asks itself in the still moment before it moves. What if the weight I feel is just the memory of weight? Take one day, 1 hour, 1 moment, and test it, not with a grand gesture, but with a quiet, inward lean. Apply for the thing you've told yourself you can't have. Write the first sentence of the book that lives in you. Say the honest thing you've been swallowing. Just lean into the rope and observe what happens. The chair may not fly away dramatically, but you will feel its utter insignificance. You will feel the truth in your own tendons. And that feeling, that quiet, undeniable knowledge of your own strength, is the seed of everything that comes next. Keep going. Keep building. Make your one change. The world you think is holding you back is just waiting for you to realize it was never the problem. The only thing you need to move is the decision to feel the rope go slack.